Hello students, this is the third video of ecosystem and topic of today is decomposition, in which we will study definition of decomposition, the process of decomposition, what is decomposition cycle, meaning of the word detritus and detritivores, and earthworm as farmer friend. So let's start. So what is decomposition? Decomposition is a process in which complex organic matter is broken down into simpler inorganic matter. So complex organic matter would change into simpler inorganic matter in decomposition, like carbon dioxide and water. So what is detritus? The dead remains of plant and animal and also the fecal matter or the waste product of animal is called as detritus. Now, the organism which will act on this detritus and break them into small particles would be called as detritivores. So the organism that act on detritus and break down the detritus into smaller particles are called as detritivores. Example, earthworm. Now let us look at the process of decomposition. There are 5 steps in decomposition. The first step is fragmentation. In fragmentation, the detritus is broken down into small particles by organisms called as detritivores. So what happens in fragmentation? There is breakdown of detritus into small particles by detritivores like earthworm. Now the second step in the decomposition is leaching. Now in leaching, water soluble inorganic substances will run down into the soil horizon and get precipitated as unavailable salts. So what happens in leaching? Water soluble inorganic substances run down into the soil horizon and they will get precipitated as unavailable salt. Now the third step is catabolism. As we know, catabolism is a breakdown process. So in catabolism, detritus would first be converted into simpler organic molecule, which in turn would further be converted into inorganic compounds. So first of all, detritus would be converted into simpler organic molecules and then it would be converted into the inorganic compound with the help of enzymes in the process of catabolism. Now the fourth step is humification. In humification, what happens? There is a amorphous dark colored substance called humus that is formed. And the fifth step is mineralization. In this process, humus is degraded by microbes and its nutrient and its inorganic nutrients would be released into the soil. Now let us look at some of the properties of humus. We know humus is formed at the fourth step of decomposition. So what are its properties? Number one, humus is resistant to microbial action. That is, microbes would have no effect on the property of the humus. Second is that humus undergoes decomposition at a very slow rate. Third is humus is a reservoir. Reservoir means storehouse of nutrients. And fourth point is it improves the water holding capacity of the soil. So these are the properties of humus. It is resistant to microbial action. It undergoes decomposition at a slower rate. It is the reservoir of nutrient and it improves the water holding capacity of the soil. Let us look at the factors which affect decomposition. Number one is the temperature. Warmer the climate, more would be the decomposition. That is why decomposition is faster in tropical areas as compared to temperate areas. Second, oxygen. Under anaerobic conditions, meaning the condition which have no oxygen in them, decomposition would be slow or very less. So these are the two factors which affect decomposition. Warmer the climate, more would be the decomposition, and oxygen is required for decomposition. So under anaerobic condition, decomposition would be slow. Now let us look at the decomposition cycle. Imagine there is a tree. So when a leaf will fall from this tree, two things can happen. First, some part of it would be eaten away by insects and other animals, and some of the nutrients from this leaf would leach into the soil by chemical action. Now, second thing that can happen to this leaf is this leaf would be acted upon by decomposers like fungi and bacteria. And when the decomposer would act on this leaf, the leaf would lose form and would be converted into small particles and become litter. Now, this litter would be further decomposed by earthworm, bacteria, and soil mites. And as a result, nutrient of this leaf would enter into the soil. This will result in the soil becoming rich in nutrients, and this would lead to nutrient rich soil. So, this is the decomposition cycle. If you have gained something from this video, please like it, comment and subscribe to my channel Ramji Chopra.